All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're looking right here at, is it possible to construct congruent triangles if we only know 3 parts of the triangles? Okay, so this is really an important thing to listen to because I get a lot of people making mistakes. Do you guys have 6 pieces of patty paper? You should have 6. If you don't, you can get more in just a second. Shh. And you should have 3 different colored pencils, okay? But in order to do this, we need to copy the 3 angles of the triangles onto separate sheets of patty paper. Make sure to label each angle with appropriate letters. Okay? Also make sure the rays make up the angle are longer than the original sides. Stop. Chop. And then we're going to copy each side. So I'm going to do an example of one angle and one side. And I need you guys to pay attention. Because if you mess this up, it is difficult to do the activity. So I'm going to take my piece of patty paper. The rough side is up because it's easier to write on. I'm going to take a straight edge. That could be another piece of patty paper. That could be your calculator. Cole, put your phone away. Your phone should not be out right now. Focus on what we're doing. Okay? And you're going to trace the angle. See how I'm doing it longer than it actually is? See how I go past H? And then I'm going to go to the other side. See how I go past K? And I'm going to label this G. Anybody have questions about how that works? Now, when I do my other angles, I need to have 1 angle per paper. Yeah. So I lined it up, and I just made sure it went past, like took up almost the whole paper. So I'm just tracing G, and then I'm going to trace H, and then I'm going to trace K, and I'm just going to make sure it's longer, as long as the paper can be. So I need to have 3 different ones of these for angles. Okay? And then for sides, we need to make sure we've labeled the endpoint. For example, I'm going to go G to K. I'm going to make sure I trace it just perfectly. Making sure that I have those endpoints. And I'm going to do each side like that with a different color. So we should have 3 angles, right? Remember, they go bigger than the actual sides. And 3 sides that are exactly the right length. Okay? Now, we're going to fill the table in the back of this paper while you do the following steps. You're going to pick 3 angles or 3 sides, or 2 angles in 1 side, an angle in 2 sides, whatever. And you're going to write down which sides and angles you pick. And you're going to try to fit them together to create this triangle. Okay? And see if there's only one way. So on the back, for example, we could pick, all right, I'm going to trace one more side here. Just to do an example of this. Okay. So now I'm going to flip my paper over. Let's say I have everything traced out. I want to fill this out. So I know right now I'm going to use sides GH. I'm going to use angle G. And I'm going to use GK. Okay? So this is a side. The angle is in between, see, because both sides share the angle. Side. And I'm going to see if I can make a congruent triangle, yes or no. So I've got my angle right here. That's G. I'm going to take GH, and I have to put G right there. And then I'm going to put GK, and I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so this point is where they meet. It's rigid. It can't be moved, correct? Okay. So if we want to connect H and K, do you see that there's only one line I can connect them with? I can't move them because if I move G and K are G and G are all stuck together. But if I move K up here, it's no longer along the angle. So I can't do that. So I have to keep it right there. So there's only one line it can be. So that is one unique triangle. There's only one congruent unique triangle. Now there's going to be some where you can make multiple triangles out of it, where you could put multiple lines there, okay? So that is what you were doing for this activity, okay? So the first step, trace all the angles, all the sides, okay? Remember those angles. I'm going to put this example up here just to remind you. The angles need to be bigger than they are, okay? Then you're going to fill the table out on the back. I am going to walk around to help and remind you guys that, you know, like sometimes you don't look real closely and you don't see, oh, this really could be multiple angles or multiple tables, okay? Or multiple triangles is what I mean. All right, I'm going to stop this recording. You guys are going to get to work.